Hey y'all, Kelly Whitney here with another thing older black women should tell younger black women, but don't. Girls, don't fool with people who can't listen. I had the absolute worst night last night. Let me tell you why. I went to breakfast with a staticky relative yesterday. This is somebody that I ordinarily do not fool with. Maybe I will give that person a little bit of time on the phone and then I get off. I don't chit chat. I do not engage as a rule because like I said, this person is staticky. She asked me to borrow $20. I didn't want to be a hard-hearted Hannah. It's not a big deal. I got it. I gave it to her. She said she's going to pay me back. Whoop-de-bam. No problem. Because I'm like Chaz Parliamentary in a Bronx Tale. You don't give me the money, I release you to the marketplace, and it only cost me $20 to do it. You see what I'm saying? We get there, there's already static because she's not listening. The waitress came over, asked me if I want a coffee. I said yes. My party will be here in 5 minutes, and she'll want coffee too. She arrives, I'm drinking my coffee, and she said, well, I want some coffee. Where is the waitress? I said, she'll be around. She's coming. Now I did this, put this good old lotion on my hand. Now I can't open my lip gloss. Good night. The energy is transferring from this bullshit already, you see? She says, let's do what we did last time. I order a breakfast, and we just basically split the breakfast in half, which is totally fine because they give you too much food and we save money and we don't waste food. So when the waitress came around, I said, yeah, let's have another cup of coffee and this is what we're gonna get. This relative jumps in and says, and I want a cup of coffee. Strike number one, you weren't fucking listening because I already ordered the coffee. That was the first thing I told her to bring. So anyway, this relative, first I gave her the $20 that she asked me to borrow. She puts it away, starts like futzing around. This is somebody who's very anxious, always moving around. It's just staticky. That's one reason I don't like to engage with her because she makes me anxious just being around her. You see what I'm saying? And I already have anxious tendencies. I need peace and tranquility. I don't need to be around people who are already staticky, okay? I don't even know how we got on the conversation, but she starts talking, as she's wont to do, about the past and how she wishes that we had a better relationship. This progresses over, like, it had to be a good 30 minutes. There was a brief intermission when the food came. I was still eating my portion. She, hers gone, and then she goes right back into it. At this point, I'm getting fed up. I don't want to talk about the same shit over and over and over. I have already said multiple times how I can feel about this. The fact that you are continuing to discuss it reminds me of the key point why you and I cannot have a relationship. You don't listen. Why is that so important, dolls? It's important because somebody who does not listen cannot learn. Somebody who does not listen is self-centered because if you don't listen, you cannot learn anything about the other person. Therefore, you cannot adapt your behavior to suit that person's needs. You have not listened. You do not know them. You do not understand or care about their likes or dislikes because you didn't care enough to learn them. I tell her, you and I can never have any kind of relationship because all you ever talk about is shit from the past. You don't know who I am now and you don't listen, which tells me that you're not interested. And goes on like I haven't said anything. Why? Because she's not listening. She grabs my hands across the table. By this time, I'm visibly upset. Tears. I'm like doing like this to the hair, and she's crying and snotting and all this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't come out here for all this. I really didn't. Well, I just, we're getting older. And bitch, I know how old I am. I'm going to be 50 in a few months. I know exactly how old I am. And that's why I'm not interested in this whole shit. She goes on talking and this and that and woo-wop-de-bam and we just need to have a better relationship and, before I die and all this and that. And I said, I do not trust you. She stops talking. That's like with gasoline on the fire. If somebody tells you some shit like that, you're supposed to throw in your hand and go on to glory, okay? Because that right there, I don't see how anybody can come back from that. She stops. It's only momentary though, because she's got the nerve of a brass ass monkey, as my mom used to say. She goes right back into a litany of the same shit. And I look at her. I pull my hands away. For the waitress, I pay. She tries to give some on the tip. I just give her her money back. I got up and walked out. I was so off the rest of the day. I didn't get any writing done. I did not clean the way I intended to. All I did was lay in the bed. And that night, I woke up 3 different times screaming from nightmares. I even asked ChatGPT what he thought the situation might be. And this is what he said. It sounds like the breakfast with your relatives stirred up a significant amount of emotional stress, which may have carried over into your sleep, leading to nightmares and disrupted rest. Here's why this might have happened. Number 1, emotional stress and triggering based on unresolved emotions and emotional overload. Number 2, psychological impact, feeling unsafe and stress hormones. Number 3, nightmares as emotional processing. Dreams reflect anxiety, sleep disruption, and the dreams I was having, y'all, I was bound, fearful for my life. I could not escape. What you can do to recover. Number 1, process your feelings. Number 2, stress management. Number 3, set boundaries. Number 4, improve sleep hygiene. And number 5, seek support. I said all that to say this. Older Black women, sometimes, if you came to them with a situation like this and you complained about the fact that this was some warped, fucked up loop that you keep engaging with this relative on the exact same wavelength, nothing ever changes, nothing is different, nobody ever learns because this person does not listen. All they care about is what they want and what they need. They live in the past. There is no concept of the present where they need to dwell, okay? And I said that to this person. An older Black woman would get stuck on the fact that that's your relative and you should be understanding and you, no, you should not. No, absolutely not. I invited this. I had a bad night's sleep and it was my own fault because I knew better. Yes, I had a couple of things that I needed to give that individual. Yes, that individual needed to borrow $20. I could have given her that out of the window of my fucking car. That's what I should have done. I never should have sat down in a public place and broken bread with somebody, knowing that staticky energy that I was going to get. But see, older Black women are not going to tell you any of that. They're going to urge you to give the person another chance. Don't give anybody that you already know what it is another chance. They don't deserve it. And if you give it to them and you get what you expect, know that you deserve that because you invited it when you lowered your boundaries. Guess what? I think this time I finally learned my lesson because me waking up terrified for my life, not 1, not 2, but 3 times last night, having bags under my eyes today, having my day's trajectory ruined, I think I might have finally learned my lesson. And I pray that I never have to come to y'all and share this lesson with a personal story, a fresh one, ever again. And that ends my TED Talk for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow.